Now to a story that's sure to raise some blood pressure out there. You may have seen some headlines this week regarding the Oregon Department of Transportation warning of cutbacks to plowing and other winter maintenance in the months ahead. The reason? That falling gas tax revenue, which has led to staff shortages and other logistical issues.
We're going to see a lessening in the amount of winter maintenance that we can take care of if we get hit by a winter storm this coming winter. We're not going to be able to plow the roads as frequently as we did in the past. We're not going to be able to treat the roads as much as we have in the past with the salt and with the de-icer and the sand as much as we have in the past. People are going to notice a difference in this if we get hit by a winter storm. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be different.
Doesn't that sound like fun? Remember that mess on the roads during that historic snow back in this last February? Well, ODOT's basically saying their response back then could be the new normal we have to live with. Don't look for them on the side streets, by the way. Their focus is going to be on major roads, I-5, I-205, I-84, 405, and the Sunset Highway. But Don Hamilton there says you're likely already seeing some of the milder impacts of their budget woes, things like overgrown landscaping and graffiti. The graffiti is especially apparent here in the metro area. The gas tax is a major part of ODOT's budget, and while those revenues are not exactly in a steep nosedive at the moment, they are falling. ODOT's banging the drum right now to warn that something needs to change.
The gas tax has served us pretty well for the last century. As long as we've been able to rely on the internal combustion engine, it's done very, very well for us for a long time. But conditions are changing out there with the rise of the electric vehicles, with the greater efficiency of the internal combustion engine. So things are certainly changing out there in that world. And we've got to start to try to find some new mechanisms for funding our roads. This is about the maintenance and the security of our roads out there. It's really about the basic security of taking care of the public. This is what we're looking at out there. It is not small. We're not going to be able to look at this with little tweaks in the system. We've got to try to find some major changes in the way we handle the basic maintenance and operations of our roads.
So one of those changes? Tolling. But that process has been bumpy, to say the least. And the toll projects are on hold for roughly 2 years, as we mentioned earlier, January 1st, 2026, thanks to the order from Governor Kotek. So lawmakers will have to think about making changes during the legislative session that's coming up, or we can basically lower our expectations for what ODOT can do. And by the way, this is not just an ODOT problem. The Portland Bureau of Transportation delivered a warning to City Council last month, saying it will need to cut $32 million in service and maintenance costs next year if the city cannot fill the growing budget hole left by the shrinking gas tax. Now that we know that ODOT and PBOT funding always seems to rile you up, so what do you think about all this? Send us your thoughts, will you? You can email us. The address is thestory@kgw.com, or call and leave a voicemail, 503-226-5090.